morning, ladies and gentlemen, from Unicoi County, Tennessee. Hope you're doing well as always, and thank you for joining me today. I look like an idiot in these glasses. Right now I'm somewhere in Unicoi County, Tennessee by complete accident. I'm actually on somebody's property, and I didn't realize that until I basically pulled up on the guy and was like, hey, can I park here? And then we had a kind of an awkward conversation at first. He was actually a really nice guy. But, anyways, I need to get back to work. Yeah, no problem. I appreciate you talking to me.
Yes, and your name is?
My name. Anyway, today's video is not about Unicoi County. Today we have kind of a weird episode. Today we are venturing back into the great region known as Appalachia, and more specifically today we are headed into the Blue Ridge Mountains of Appalachia for one reason and one reason only. Ladies and gentlemen, we're on a mission as usual to find a town by the name of Boonford, North Carolina. You likely have never heard of Boonford, North Carolina, and I hadn't either until this here document came along. What is this document, you may ask? Well, I'll tell you what it is. This is a document that I came across totally by accident during the whole research phase that I was doing for this week's episode. Yeah, I actually do put effort into these videos, by the way. I really do like research. Why am I so angry? This document is titled Historic and Architectural Resources of Yancey County, North Carolina, written by Mitzi Shook in 1981. The long story short is, I found this by accident. I started reading it for some reason, and a couple of times, actually 6 times to be precise, in this entire 64-page document, it mentions the name of a town that I had never heard of before. And that's all I do is study the map, so when I've not heard of a place, we've got some problems, you know what I'm saying? The name of the town was Boonford, North Carolina. Now the reason that you and I both have never heard of Boonford, North Carolina is because Boonford, North Carolina does not exist anymore. It's a ghost town, ladies and gentlemen. It doesn't exist anymore. It's not existed for quite a while now. There is very little information about it. The lighting was terrible in my car. I had to come outside to finish this intro. Yeah, it's a ghost town. It's a ghost town that's strange in the fact that it left nearly no information about itself when it seemingly just disappeared off the map almost 100 years ago. So there you go. Today we are on a mission to uncover the truths of Boonford, North Carolina. Pretty solid intro in my opinion. I worked real hard on that intro. Anyway, I have located where the town is supposed to be. Good lord. If it is where it's supposed to be, if it's in its estimated location, there are no roads to get there. The town of Boonford, North Carolina is located The town of Boonford, North Carolina is located right here on the map along the North Toe River, approximately 6 miles west of the town of Spruce Pine, North Carolina. So we're going to go ahead and get on the road and attempt to find this place. Again, we're slowly starting to run out of daylight, so I really hope I'm not going to have to be looking for this place in the middle of the dark like I always freaking do. We will see you all momentarily at wherever we end up next. Alright, welcome back everybody. I have found the closest parking spot that is possible to park in relation to the town. So this is Earth to Sky Park, somewhere in Yancey County, North Carolina, which is some kind of I don't know what it is exactly. It's like a planetarium and museum, but they've got a bunch of science buildings and exhibits up here. Before you enter the park, it says that it's open 24 hours, so I do hope that that's the case. Because if my car gets towed, we're screwed. I'm going to insert a map right here of where I'm at the moment. This is Boonford over here. This is where I'm at the moment. It's about maybe half a mile walking, so it's not that bad. I was originally expecting it to be way worse, but it's really not that bad. Yeah, this is the start of our walk over there. Very beautiful area over here in Yancey County. What the hell? I don't know if you just saw that or not, but they've got some, what in the hell is that? Those would be vultures over there, I believe. Those are some massive birds. Anyway, oh my god, there's some deer. I'm getting distracted by all the wildlife out here. I'm just going to go ahead and cut to the bridge, which will be the real start of our journey, hopefully, into Boonford. So we will see you there in just a second. Alright, half a mile later, almost got attacked by somebody's dog up there. That would have been really bad. I didn't record it, unfortunately. Anyway, this is the path that should take us over to the bridge that the bridge that leads to Boonford, which is now defunct. But this, you can't see this on Google Earth. There's no street view or photography or anything of it. This here is the river. I believe this is the North Toe River. I need to look at my notes. This here is the bridge that is currently in use. And then way over there is the defunct bridge, which I also have forgotten the name of. I will insert it right here. But that is what I was looking for right there, is that bridge. So we are going to go over there now. The guy that I was talking to during the intro to this video was telling me that this area, and this is like an hour outside of where I was at in the intro, but he was telling me that this area down here specifically was very heavily impacted by Hurricane Helene, and you can still see this is like 6 months later or something after Helene passed through the area. It's still so crazy to see what Mother Nature can actually do to an area. Like stuff like this right here. And this here, behind all of this debris, is a path, but you would never be able to tell. It's totally unrecognizable. Oh my god. They've got their blocked off. Ain't gonna stop me, but they've got it blocked off. Now I am on the bridge. That doesn't really look that tall or that challenging to climb over, but let me tell you, I definitely just had a time with it. I think I ripped my pants maybe. Anyway, we are here. Oh look. Built by Mitchell and Yancey counties. And you can read the rest of that there. Designed and built by Luton Bridge Company in Knoxville, Tennessee in 1922. I need to go ahead and move along because we're starting to lose daylight pretty quickly now. I've been lollygagging all day long, so it's time to get on the move here. There's I don't know if you could really even call this much of a path, but there is a path here. This looks like some kind of old metal sign situation. Okay. Not gonna lie, I think I've proven this. I think I've proven myself on this channel already. I don't really get creeped out very often or like fearful, whatever. I feel real uncomfortable. I don't exactly know why. I can't really point to anything, but I just feel like weird. I've said also several times on this channel, I'm a city girl at heart. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm not in the city. I'm out of my environment. The very little information I did get on Boonford said that almost every structure in the town no longer exists, but there is this one massive structure that looks wild. I don't know if it's a barn or if it was someone's house at some point or what the deal was, but it's this here. I'm gonna get as close to it as I can, but I don't think I'm going in that thing today. What the hell? I was gonna go up these stairs here. This whole structure feels really unsafe, and after everything I said about Hurricane Helene, I just, I really don't feel like risking my life today, ladies and gentlemen, so I'm not going to. I don't want to take any chances on like this entire building collapsing with me in it. So, you know what the stupidest plant is in all of America? These little plants that have these stupid spikes on them. I just got stabbed by one of those. Let me tell you, not a good feeling, dude. Anyway, that's pretty much the town. It's that one building there. There's a couple of, there's random pieces of just junk and old-timey stuff laying around. But as far as structures go, this here behind me is really the only structure that still exists. It looks like it's in horrible condition. I'm going to go ahead and cut to the boring stuff segment, and then I'm leaving because I feel real weird and I want to go home. Side note, I just checked. Definitely did rip my pants on this one. Okay, the boring stuff. But also with some additions today, because I haven't really talked about what the town of Boonford is doing here or why it exists. So why does the town exist? There's not really an exact answer to that question, at least that I found solid evidence for. The town was likely developed during the boom of the railroad industry at the time, as well as the feldspar mining industry. During the early 1900s, the feldspar mining industry experienced a surge in production, with Connecticut being the leading producer. While the industry likely existed before this period, this era marked a significant increase in feldspar usage, especially for its use in glass making and ceramics. I never talk about physical geography on this channel because it's boring and who cares, but it is actually kind of interesting in this particular case because the ground that we're on right now is a part of the Blue Ridge Plateau. So the town of Boonford sits almost directly in the center of the Blue Ridge Plateau, which for whatever reason contains a healthy amount of feldspar. So I believe that the town exists mostly just for that, really those two reasons. It's like feldspar mining and the railroad industry as a whole. The thing that I can't find any information to is what led to its demise, and there is zero information that I could find, and I really looked for it, dude. Yeah, I don't know. I really don't, and I don't know if anyone else does either. It's alive today. Boonford's original post office opened in 1902 when the town was established, and was then moved to Mitchell County on December 28th of 1914, where it stayed for nearly 37 years until its final day on May 31st of 1951. And because there are no historical population records, you would generally use the final day of the post office as the final day of the town's existence. So Boonford's last day was the same date, May 31st of 1951. Okay, and now the actual boring stuff. Boonford is listed as a ghost town in Yancey County in the state of North Carolina in the United States. The population was 0 at the 2010 census and 0 at the 2020 census, representing a population change of 0%. This is the section of the boring stuff where I usually talk about the historical population graph, but there's not a historical population graph, so I can't talk about it because it doesn't exist. The racial composition. The current racial composition for the town is as follows. I'm getting the hell out of this place because I'm losing daylight and I'm still creeped out. Hey, thanks for watching, everybody. Like this video if you like this video. If you didn't like this video, hey man, just like it anyway, it's free. Yeah, thank you everybody. Have a great week. We'll see you in the next one. Alright, bye.